through the press, you look upon the Negro community as a community of criminals. And then any Negro in the community can be stopped in the street. Put your hands up.
Zebra killings of the 1970s, named after police radio band, used letter Z for task force, which became Zebra for phonetics, to describe the killers. The heinous crimes left 17 dead in the Bay Area.
Home to the Zodiac killers in Jonestown.
All parties involved should have been punished, hands down, no question. With that said, today we look at the history of the American media complex demonizing Islam and minorities as an industry. Bay Area police had a conspiracy that the killers were the Nation of Islam's elite hitmen called the Death Angels, and part of a larger nationwide sinister plot using mosques as recruiting camps. I say conspiracy because they lack facts on facts on facts. December 75, LA Times wrote, the Death Angels had a plan to run all whites out of San Francisco and establish the city as the Death Angels headquarters. Hashtag Fox Facts. Inspector Gus Correas dictated a no-frills generic suspect description. Black male, afro, narrow chin for the sketch artist. These generic details were then passed on to media outlets and police. Police Chief Donald Scott announced stopping and questioning citizens that fit description of black males with afros.
In the 70s, mind you.
Once stopped, checked, and cleared, each citizen received a zebra check card.
Black Twitter, apartheid shit.
More than 500 black men were stopped the first fucking weekend. There were no random stops of white suspects when the Zodiac killer terrorized the Bay 6 years earlier. But Dr. Washington Garner, the first black member of the police commission, wanted the black community to be sensitive towards police plight. And Prentice Earl Sanders, homicide police at time,
also wrote a book, Zebra Murders.
Would become San Francisco's first black police chief, was frustrated they couldn't find a way to circumvent the law to spy on mosques. Officers for Justice, led by Nation of Islam associate Jesse Byrd, NAACP, and the ACLU helped convince a district judge widespread profiling was unconstitutional. On May 1st, Mayor Alito announced that the killings were perpetrated by the Death Angels, and the press ran with it. Clark Howard wrote in his book, Zebra, the Nation of Islam was responsible for over 200 deaths of white Americans across the country. And his best source sticks together police reports and jail snitches with zebra killings blood on their hands. He cites Alfred Brooks, a career criminal, telling the police of Nation of Islam's belief of Yaku, the point system for the Death Angels, and then details to a murder unknown to the general public. Also, $30,000, immunity and witness protection for he and his girlfriend motivated Anthony Harris to claim to be one of the persons in the sketches. Their loose affiliation was enough to make their criminal records seem irrelevant and their faith paramount to the narrative the police were prepared to tell. The press spun the Nation of Islam paying for the lawyers as admission of guilt, ignoring the effects of over-policing or racial profiling. 108 witnesses, 8,000 pages of transcripts, and at times, what was then the longest criminal trial in California history. Larry Green, J.C.X. Simon, Manuel Moore, and Jesse Cooks were convicted after an 18-hour deliberation in 1976. Each was sentenced to life. Whether the Newburgh sting in New York, reports of fictitious no-go zones from Fox in France, or criminalizing police shooting victims, these same pundits that are proud that they don't see race or religion
in itself is counterproductive.
But when covering Mickey and Mallory white supremacist couples in Cali and Vegas, or white supremacist rampage in a Sikh mosque,
bass for a racist rock band,
or the killing of 3 in Kansas as a soldier of the white power movement with 3 decades of dedication, these are always lone wolves or outliers. I like that word, outliers. The motivation of the author shapes the narrative, so when we are seen as less than human, it takes more to convince the public we are deserving of basic compassion and human decency. So, fuck the mainstream, fuck the right wing, fuck MSNBC, and let everybody know I'm planting my flag. Southern trees got blood on the root. In America, if it bleeds, it leads. And now you know. known as 120 degrees of the cipher. Add on.
They say I'm an animal.